We just created a new standard last week where we're going to commentate one of each matchup, and what decides which one we cast first is going to be the Wheel of Fun here. So let's see what matchup we end up doing first. It's looking like TVT. So there it is. We got TVT going. Let's remove it from the list. And we're gonna see, the TVT game is actually the first one. That's funny. It's gonna be Oliveira versus Coffee on the map Alcyon. Alcyon. Wow. I don't know. I'm sorry. Apparently it's an old replay. This is an ESL. All of these I think are ESL games. Yeah, they're all ESL games. We're not gonna commentate the full series of each of these, just one at a time. So let's dive into it. Map is Alcyon. I'll just name it Alcyon. So, and then get rid of the Wheel of Fun here. And then since it's an older replay, it's going to take a while. But yeah, I'm not familiar with any of these maps. I've been out of the game for quite some time, but should be exciting. Let's see what we end up doing. We're going back to my roots, and the game isn't loading for some reason on OBS, but that's okay. We could fix that right quick here. If it'll load at all. It's not even loading? What the heck? That's strange. There we go. All right. Into the game. On the map Alcyon, we have as the red Terran on the top right is Oliveira. Can I still do that? Yeah, this thing that they did. Yeah, I don't know why they did. Just to make it look cool, I guess. I don't know. And then on the bottom left of the map, it's the blue Coffee Terran named Coffee, which I'm sure he likes coffee, considering it's his username. Kind of makes sense. That would be funny if he didn't like coffee at all, which is probably a possibility. An ironic username, who knows? Anyways, TVT. So, StarCraft 2. Pretty similar to StarCraft 1 in respects to the Comsat wars, as well as siege tanks and marines. And man, you can see these guys going crazy on the minimap. So this is the map Alcyon. I am not familiar with this map. We have, the natural expand, easy to defend, lots of places to drop, actually. So definitely getting sight of the edges here is probably quite important. There's a spot for an overlord. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that because there are no Zergs in this game. And it looks like a third. Pretty easy to take, but you got a lot of flanking routes. You actually have a mineral field here that blocks it off, which will make it nice and secure versus early aggression, which we'll see if any of these players end up doing that. We do have classic Reaper expand. I don't know what happened to the music. It's continuous, isn't it? Here we go. Yeah, I want continuous. So yeah, we got the classic Reaper expand, and the music's actually too loud. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's take it down to 25%. There we go. Yeah, Reaper expand right now. Looks like we're getting some, early gas. Makes sense to get the Reaper. Interesting adjutant portrait. Do these two have different? Okay, so this guy is the standard. Oliveira has the standard adjutant, and Coffee has this interesting one. Kind of looks like that movie Ex Machina, when her face is revealed or something like that. And interesting SCVs. These guys look like freaking old Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4. That's crazy. I also forgot to mention, I don't know if you noticed, but I got my Kaczynski hat, my little trucker hat. I'm just missing the chin strap beard that he has. If you're not familiar with who Kaczynski is, it's the default picture in StarCraft 2. It looks like a Reaper. Was that killed by an SCV, or an SCV killed a Reaper? No kills at all. Something died here. I saw some kind of animation, but it doesn't matter. Looks like the Reaper is kind of moving out. Okay, this Reaper looks like it killed the enemy Reaper. Just kidding. Yeah, actually, no, it did. Because it killed, or at least it killed an SCV. But I don't see, Oliveira's Reaper in the enemy base. So Coffee's just gonna get some standard information. Got a full sweep. Got the factory going. Didn't see the add-on, but we're probably expecting some siege tanks. I think we may see some Banshees here too. I think Banshees are pretty up there as well. But we're not seeing a switch of the buildings, which is a pretty interesting dynamic in 2 compared to 1, which is the liftoff switch of add-ons. But we have a Cyclone on the field. This will be pretty cool to see. I wonder what it's going to do. Looks like Coffee's got some nice map control with the Xel'Naga Tower. And we'll see what Coffee ends up doing with that Cyclone. Probably poking a little bit, just getting some scouting information. Interestingly enough, Oliveira is getting an earlier gas before saturation at the mineral field. That's pretty cool to see. So probably going for some heavy gas units. We actually have a medevac going on, and we're seeing the switch off to the reactor, so we're going to see some more medevac production. And yeah, nothing really going on. Both players are, I think, actually doing the same exact thing, which is getting that early gas. Cool medevac skin. So we got a medevac full of Cyclones and Marines. Let's see how much damage that Coffee can do here. Oliveira is smartly placing a Marine to scatter it out. He sees the medevac. And we'll see what ends up happening here. That Marine does get absolutely decimated. Let's see how much damage that Coffee could do. We have forcing a movement of the SCVs. We have a siege tank that is being popped down. So pretty decent damage. This medevac staying alive makes this pretty worth it. 2 SCVs do go down. At the same time, we have another medevac drop with a Hellion instead of a Cyclone with Marines going into the base of Coffee. Let's see how much damage do we got. 1, 2, 3. 3 SCVs that did die. Unfortunately, the medevac does get picked up by 2 Vikings. But still, 6 SCVs doing more damage than Coffee did. But Coffee still has the medevac, wherever that is. Yeah, right on the middle here with the Xel'Naga. And at the same time, we have 2 Vikings for Oliver. So interesting. TVT, both players end up getting some early Vikings to try to stop the medevac aggression. We have 4 actually Vikings. So sorry, not medevac production, Viking production. We have a comp set on the main base, and it looks like a siege tank. 2 siege tanks are thwarting this offensive from Coffee. And this Viking is quite low on HP. So comp set wars have already begun, using the Vikings as both a deterrent for the air as well as some sight for the siege tanks. We have 2 siege tanks. Supply deep, it does go down. Not going to supply block Oliveira that much. Oliveira, but however you pronounce his name. I apologize if I'm butchering it. And this 3rd command center for Oliveira is has been plopped down. Let's see if Coffee has one too. Doesn't look like it. Lots of commitment with this offensive at the front. Hasn't ended up getting that 3rd command center. So if Oliveira can hold this and gain their 3rd expansion, they'll have an economic lead, which will be cool to see. 2 comp sets going down as well. More Vikings being produced. A handful of Vikings, quite a few. Medevac is being plopped down. We have some Liberators as well. That command center from Oliveira is going down. Vikings are going to focus it down. We have 2 siege tanks on the high ground and Liberator being plopped down, but a huge Viking count. So all the medevacs are going to get focused down. So Coffee has to commit here. Siege tanks are being repositioned by Oliveira, stopping these landed Vikings. Siege tanks aren't being forced to be moved. At the same time, we have another offensive here, denying this 3rd base. Is pretty huge. Quite a few SCVs are getting plopped down, or getting destroyed here. Vikings being forced to land to try to take care of these Vikings and siege tank. Definitely should focus that siege tank. He is ending up doing that. Excellent micro as well. Coffee being extremely annoying with this offensive. We don't see any counterattack on the minimap from Oliveira right now. But that is okay, because it looks like Oliveira, with a home field advantage, is going to thwart this offensive, gain the 3rd base, and at the same time, Coffee is plopping down their 3rd base halfway complete. But these siege tanks are in a pretty precarious and annoying position. We'll see if Oliveira ends up taking this down. This mineral field actually denies an escape route, and Coffee's forces are getting cleaned up. Lots of landed Vikings, but we have the siege tanks as well, and we actually see a GG from Coffee already. Interesting. Huh. Oh, the Muslim was in this. Cool. I am not sure why he left. I think if he had siege tanks, can we go back actually? I think it's back. I want to see, because we have some Vikings in the base. We have the third base. Has a siege tank here. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, if Copy pulled back here, I think he still would have had a chance. But I don't know. Leaving there seems a little, I don't know, preemptive. I guess that's all the units. All right, normal speed. Jeez, that is so slow. Getting this down. Blah, 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 blah. Kill, 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 kill. Dead. Yeah, hold on. Back. Bam. And pause. Okay. This is the point. So we got 2 Vikings. We have some siege tanks being produced. So I guess Oliveira would have pushed after this offensive and probably killed him. Maybe. I don't know. There's probably a chance that Oliveira doesn't push after this. But hey, whatever. I guess I don't know. Maybe the pressure got to him with the tournament. Who knows? ESL's intense. So, yeah. All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's see what matchup we have next. Looks like we have ZVZ, TVZ. Wow, barely. Oh my goodness. Nice. All right, Terran versus Zerg. All right, let's do it. Oh man. All right. Okay. All right. Get this back up and running. Kind of annoying that it has to like exit out of the whole freaking game for loading. Wow, TVZ is actually the next one too. That's some crazy luck right there. Map is going to be Oceanborn. Let's do it. Again, another ESL game. Never seen this map before. Oceanborn. It'll be interesting to see what kind of map it is, if it's like any of the other tournament maps. Probably has a similar layout and symmetry as the other maps. Easy natural, third base with makes it a little harder, and blah blah blah. Mostly like the aesthetic of the maps, which looks cool, but yeah. All right, let's do it. The map is Oceanborn. On the top left of the map, we have Meow Micah. We're going to call him Meow for short. And then on the bottom right, we have XY, XY, XY for short is the red Terran. The map is Oceanborn. Looks really cool. Looks kind of like Shakura's, which is still my favorite map of all time, and aesthetic is just Shakura's Plateau. It's just so cool and nostalgic, and that's a big-ass shadow. That's terrifying. I didn't know StarCraft 2 turned into a freaking creepypasta. My goodness. So you have an Overlord being scattered out. So I'm trying to remember meta for TVZ. If I'm not mistaken, it's still Mutaling, Baneling versus Terran. He's going to go Bio Ball, Siege Tanks, maybe Widow Mines. Not sure. I've been out of the game for a while when it comes to 2. But, yeah. It's shiny. So we actually have Spawning Pool first from Meow, which is interesting because with the increased worker count in 2, usually we see Hatch first from Zergs because they could really get away with it. Hatch first into Spawning Pool, into Extractor, but maybe the slight advantage isn't worth the early expansion. I don't know. Either way, I mean, he did plop down his hatchery, so maybe it kind of happens synchronously. Who knows? But we got standard Terran Reaper expand. I think we went Barracks into command center. Yeah, that makes sense. Into extractor to get some Reapers. Yeah. Let's see. Let's take a look at the map here. Yep, same formulaic pattern of expansion distribution. Cool thing about this map, though, is that your third is pretty easy to defend, actually. So I wonder if a lot of Zergs can go pretty greedy on this map as well. Reaper is out. No queens. There is one queen. Sorry. One queen in sight. D8 charge. What is it called? D8 charge? KD8 charge goes down. Queen is slightly out of position. The Reaper is going to probably be able to pick off some drones. Doesn't opt to do so. Instead, just is being used for what its main purpose is, which is to scout and kind of be a kind of an annoyance to the Zerg a little bit. But those queens are going to make short work of this Reaper. So no real hassle. Looks like we have a third command center going down for XY already. Again, this easy expansion to take gives an opportunity to expand earlier, as well as the Zerg player, which is what they're doing as well. So pretty fast. 3 minutes for this second base. And we got some Evo chambers going down. So definitely going for tech econ game for both players. We probably won't see aggression for a while, maybe at the 6 to 7 minute mark if I were to guess. But again, I'm no expert at this game or any other game, really. Reaper's hiding in the bush. He's like, I'm sneaky. I see those fish. They're floating. But there's no water. So strange. Got some Hellions actually coming out with the reactor. So we may see some Hellion aggression, which will be cool to see. And we have Banshees coming out with Cloak. Okay, so we are going to see a double-prong Hellion Banshee play, it seems, which I have seen before, and we'll see how much damage it could do. Pretty exciting stuff. Lings being pushed out in the field. I don't think there are no Xel'Nagas on this map. So the only map control that Meow can get are through these Overlords and Lings being smartly placed in this position here to thwart out this command center. Interestingly enough, this third command center is being used to fully saturate the mineral line of XY's natural and then being expanded over here. But there are Lings here, so we'll see how much damage those could do. Creep spread is beginning. Does he see the Lings here? But he doesn't want to give away the position, the information of the Hellions. Until now, just kidding. So, Meow does see the Hellions, is probably going to prepare accordingly, maybe even is expecting the Banshee play, but there are no spores going down. We do see a lair being complete, full saturation of the natural, and almost the third base. And I don't see, where is the Banshee? The Banshee isn't complete yet. It's almost ready to go. The second one, that is. And we'll see if Meow is expecting that. Fourth base going down for Meow as well. Being pretty aggressive with those expansions. I like it. Can get away with it. I forgot 2 is a lot faster. Spores are going down at a nice timing. So looks like Meow is expecting the Banshee. That is confirmed. Maybe even playing StarCraft 2 so much that they just know or are expecting this every game. Who knows? Cloak is down for the Banshees, and unlike StarCraft 1, these Overlords don't have sight. You need an Overseer. But the Spore is providing some vision. 7 drones do go down. Lots of damage. And with the 2 Banshees, they get one-shot drones together as one. So not really one-shot, but a combined effort. 9 drones do go down, and the spawning pool is getting focused down. Lots of queens being placed, and Banshee does go down. So a nice trade-off, it seems. At the same time, Lings are being used to counterattack this third base of XY. Fourth base is complete for Meow. Spore is in a nice strategic location, is being moved to this fourth base, considering that saturation will begin soon. In terms of gas, If I'm not mistaken, in StarCraft 2, you only need to fully saturate 3 bases at a time to have nice worker unit balance, in my experience. And both players, doing some nice poking towards each other, but no catastrophic damage has been committed here. We actually do have Hydralisk. Interesting. Will we see lurkers? That would be fun to see. I think the lurker. Oh, okay. You need a lurker den. That's right. So we're going to get the Hydralisk upgrades. So Hydraling. Interesting. How the times have turned. Because I remember Mutalisks were incredible, but maybe Liberators just destroy them now. But Hydraling Bane. Interesting combo. We have some Medivacs getting focused down. Overlords do go down, supply blocking Meow, but the Medivac did get focused there. Those do take some time to pump out, but we do have a reactor, so it'll come out in no time. We actually have a 5th base for Meow going down. Terran XY opting not to go for a 4th base quite yet, but it is plopping it down now. As I say that, that is pretty funny. So look at the upgrades. We have 1-1 and 1-1 for both players. So both players are even in upgrades. So this is nice to see. We have the rocks going down to provide more paths of movement for Meow. 3 Medivacs. This is looking pretty scary. Let's see how much damage they could do. Probably going for the exterior bases. It does look like that's so. And a 6th base actually going down for Meow as well. And Meow is actually smartly repositioning towards the Medivacs does see and forcing Terran to pull back. Forcing the Medivacs to be dropped down. Let's see how much damage they could do. No stim going down. There is going to be stim. No stim. Actually, interesting. Not opting for stim. That is fine, but probably going to have to now because there is a nice offensive going on defense really from Meow to try to stop and smartly pulling back. What Zerg typically does is not to fight off creep. You stay on creep and you don't fight and you be patient. That sounded so... Yeah, it didn't sound great, but whatever. We have we got an oversaturation here on the 3rd base, but they are being transferred. The SVs are being transferred over to the potential 4th base, which I think has been lifted off. Yes, this cluster of Marines are going to the left, going to clear some creep. Lots of Zerglings and Hydralisks, and the Medivacs forcing the boost to get them out of there. See how much damage they could do. Overlord strategically placed here to detect the Medivacs, which Meow does see spores going down, and actually no gases at this natural base expansion. Actually, spore is being repositioned, so the only defense are going to be these lings. Meow doing an excellent job of defending this, and at the same time, maybe a counterattack to the right. We'll see. Doesn't look like he's going to commit. And a 7th base going down for Zerg at this time. Spore is complete. There's still that Banshee from earlier has Cloak. Isn't going to do much, and the creep spread is actually quite phenomenal for Meow. Already getting towards the Terran's base here. So we're going to we'll probably see a nice attack going on as well. That Banshee's still being annoying, but it looks like there's spores on each base, and the interesting thing is that this outermost base has 3 being produced. Unfortunately, it's just out of view of the Terran, but Terran is opting to just go for the drones. Tons of Banelings being plopped down, and a Medivac drop down being had over here on the left side of the map. See if it clears out. One of the evolution chambers does get focused on. I think that was researching something, but Meow did cancel it to get some of those monies back. And lots of Banelings. They are just going to go straight for the base. Siege tanks are plopped down in a strategic position, but these Banelings are quite clustered. The supply depots caused a unit movement disruption there. And a nice defense from XY. And that Banshee's still being quite annoying. Out of energy on the cloak. We have some command centers going down. And I'd be curious to see if these command centers do turn into planetary fortresses. That would be really sick to see, actually. But I think... Okay, there is planetary fortress here. And actually, yes! Interesting! Okay, so that is actually really smart. Since you can only make so many... You're encouraged not to make too many command centers economically, but you could absolutely make command centers as planetary fortresses to defend these outlier bases, as well as these missile turrets, as well as these sensor towers and liberators. So that is actually cool to see. We have some Ultralists on the field, considering the XY did go to that melee route. +2 and the chitinous plating as well. Ultralists do bonus damage versus structures as well, or I guess not in this game. Never mind. Doesn't matter, because a ton of damage is going down for Nipaa. He is maxed on units. At the same time, we have XY going for the outlier bases, going for a counterattack, forcing a retreat for Meow. Quite an annoying position for the Zerg to be in, but you got to notice this SCV count. 21 SCVs did get destroyed. So Terran's economy will take a hit. Maybe not now, considering the trust fund up there, but it will happen. We have high sec being researched, actually, for our Terran player. Main base getting focused down for Zerg. Terran on the defensive on this base here. It looks like Zerg is just going to go straight for this base. See how much damage they could do. The siege tanks are spread out evenly. Some snipes going down for the Ghost. And this medevac attack is getting thwarted a little bit. But you got to remember, Zerg has still has a ton of bases. Has quite a bit of map control still. And this medevac still being annoying. It's just going to plop. It's just going to chill here. At the same time, we do have a move out from Terran on the left side of the map. Gonna try to secure this base. This base is quite important to take because he is running out of places to mine. Look how low these mineral patches are. We have a pickup for this medevac here, and it's 7 HP on this, so one shot, and it does go down. We have a move out from the Zerg player. He is going straight for the main base. It looks like supply depots are going to go up, but the links do slip through. I think these Zerglings do have crackling upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. Where is the spawning pool? Okay, spawning pool does go down. We'll see in a moment if cracklings have been researched. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. And at the same time, medevac boost, medevac attack here, medevac attack here. Terran doing an excellent job of doing the multi-pronged attacks. Cleaning up this base, may even get this command center, but medevac does go down. Doesn't look like the medevac doesn't look like this hatchery will go down. At the same time, they're going to reclaim their base up here, while Terran's also reclaiming their base down here. Both players in a fairly even position, which is cool to see. Things are slowing down a little bit right now. Both players need to take their licks and patch themselves up after beating each other to a pulp there with those attacks. But at the same time, Zerg or Terran, this base is pretty dang secure with these planetary fortresses. And I believe they do have an armor up. No, they don't have Terran vehicle plating, but do they have armor at all? They do have. Okay, so they do have armor. They have 5 armor, as well as the high sec, which gives them increased range on the planetary fortresses, which you don't really see that much until the Terran gets all of the upgrades that are higher on the priority list. At the same time, Zerg doesn't look like they're going for anything other than Ultralists. They do have those Vipers, which will yank those siege tanks. But Terran is going for Fusion Core. Will we see battle cruisers? I believe we will. That will be fun to see. We have a comsat going down as well. This Banshee is still alive. 17 kills. My goodness. That Banshee's been there since the beginning of the game. We have a little bit of an attack here going down for Meow. Let's see how much damage they can do. But the planetary fortresses, as well as the spread of the siege tanks and these incredibly large amount of ghosts with high energy for snipes, will definitely make short work of those. Ultralisk, how much damage does snipe do? Does 130 damage, and it ignores armor. That is incredible. Wow. So that means that Ultralisk will be sniped down by 3 of them. So yeah, ghosts are really good versus Ultralisk because that ignore armor, that's actually pretty bonkers. We have some ghosts on hold position, or yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Just a scout, I guess. Yeah, I guess so with the cloaks. Pretty cool to see. There's an overseer's pooping some changelings here to kind of see what the enemy is up to. Things are slowing down quite a bit, but Terran's still on the defensive. Zerg is going to have to figure out a way to kind of break through this defensive line. Really going to have to D-Day on the left side there. Tons of siege tanks, tons of ghosts. And I don't think we're not actually going to see any command centers. Tons of comsats, my goodness, to kind of see what is what. Sorry, did I? There we go. Yeah, so that's what Terran sees right now. And XY sneakily trying to grab this base, but definitely is going to need to set up defenses there. Do have a Spire going down, so it looks like Meow is going to transition into probably Broodlords to deal with these siege tanks to kind of break through. Again, the one Banshee looks like it got repaired. Is going to try to do some damage, but oh my gosh, what an anticlimactic end. Wow, that was lame. Probably trying to free up space, but at the same time, Meow yanking a siege tank, doing an attack over here on the 4th base. But this defensive line is simply too strong. I think Zerg needs to take a page out of the Terran's book and do some multi-pronged attacks. Or maybe is trying to clear up some supply. 106 Zerglings being produced. 108 now. These are cracklings, I believe. Let's take a look. Yeah, those are definitely cracklings. So probably going to see some multi-pronged attack. But Terran is actually getting a lot of space in order to build up their defenses and go for these offenses. We'll see if Zerg goes for some kind of sandwich here, but these siege tanks are smartly spread about. Ghosts are getting focused. Those are expensive units, but there's no detection, unfortunately. Need overseers. Siege tanks are just getting some free shots, and some ghosts are getting some free shots, taking out those Ultralists. And Zerg not really playing patient right now. This is not great to see. We have some snipes going down on the Banelings, one-shotting them for sure. And the freaking massacre of drones on the left side. Things are not looking great for our Zerg. And Terran actually freaking putting a Manor Command Center right here. And some siege tanks to absolutely just dominate their opponent here. And applying some space to open up getting a command center here. But this looks like this is Zerg's last rock, going with Banelings taking care of the siege tank here. But again, the spread is simply too good for our Terran player. See what ends up happening. Zerg's gonna have to pull back and let the Terran take that base. Siege tank is going down. Looks like that command center is kind of serving as bait here. Banelings are clumped. Command center getting focused down. Siege tanks going down. Incredibly large amount of ghosts. But these Zerg troops are literally in a funnel here. A dang meat grinder. Ultralisk being pushed through. Snipes going down. These Ultralisks are not staying a chance. And that is probably going to be GG for Meow, unfortunately. Still staying in it. I respect it. This is cool to see. We have some command center being put back down again. We have a greater spire, so we'll probably see some corruptors possibly be put out on the field, so we could see some broodlords. Economy's still looking pretty decent, but the gas is simply not happening, unfortunately, for our Zerg player. And Zerg actually sneaking a base here right outside the Comsat tower range. Banelings being produced at this time. We have Planetary Fortress, and Terran is going to secure this base, gaining a little bit more momentum, a little bit more map control. We have a move out from Zerg, try to take care of this. Again, moving into the meat grinder, taking care of some siege tanks, which is nice to see, but the scary part are these ghosts, which I thought they were just going to go straight for them still. Tons of changelings being plopped down, try to get some information. But Terran is going to deny that scouting information, using the siege tanks to take care of them. That was pretty funny, actually. We have a Zerg move out, and Zerg pulling back a little bit. Yeah, the siege tank line is just tough. It is tough to break. But it looks like Zerg is going to go straight for them still. That chitinous planing serving pretty well. But Zerg is going to go straight for the ghost, it looks like. But we have a lot of snipes. See how much damage that cloak is down. Lots of Ultra still taking care of that Planetary Fortress. And it looks like Zerg is going to pull back. So quite a bit of damage was actually done on that siege tank line. But I mean, Terran's focusing all of their efforts right here. Not really leaving. This is kind of vulnerable on the right side. So we'll see. I think Zerg should probably go for that side. But they are slowly whittling down this Terran force. So, you know, Meow is still in this game, which is cool to see, because I thought for sure that they were going to not make it after a couple of those offenses. But we have some corruptors on the field. Will they morph into broodlords? Yes, they will. We have 6, it looks like, which will be quite nice versus the siege tanks, maybe even the ghosts. I mean, broodlords are just tough to take care of, and Terran doesn't have any anti-air to take care of them. And it looks, Zerg is going for the right side. I do like this move because all of the efforts were put here. See how much damage that they could do. There is one siege tank there, two siege tanks that are thwarting this, but doing some decent damage, actually. The mobile force for Terran, it looks like, is going to be these ghosts. So we'll see what happens. And this base is still secure here, but there's a Liberator that is being annoying. No gas being taken. Both players fairly even in the economy. And Zerg is still holding on to this base. Siege tank kind of moving here. Broodlords are here. No anti-air besides these ghosts. Broodlords are in a precarious position. I would pull them back because there are snipes. That is not a great position for those. And all those Broodlords do go down. That sucks. That's pretty much it. Yeah. As soon as you lose, you got to be careful with the Broodlord positioning. That is... Oh. Dang. Huh. Well, GG. Dang. Yeah, just... The Broodlords I think were simply overextended there. You have to have your Ultralists and Zerglings right in the front. Like, yeah. As soon as I saw those Broodlords just going straight out there, it was just not Daijobu for sure. All right, let's see what the next game is. All right, ZVZ. Let's do it. All right. Let's do that. I think I'm going to log in, so I'm going to leave the wheel on screen. I'll play offline. Sure. I will absolutely play offline. All right. We have the ZVZ, which is... That is so funny. It's the next one. That's crazy. All right. Let's see if we get a streak here of all of them. Huh? What? What? No, come on. Okay, I guess I have to be online. There's no way they... Yeah, no. I'm going to log in here. Alright. One in party. Is that me? Am I the party? Alright, ZVZ, let's do it. See? Look at that. I told yous. Alright, good to know. We have to log in. Interesting. Alright, so the map is going to be Golden Aura. It's another ESL game. And we'll see what this map ends up entailing. Alright. Alright, so on the top left of the map, we have Silky as the blue Zerg. And then on the bottom right, we have Meowka again, our boy Meowka, as the red Meow Micah. I don't know why I say Meowka. It just sounds cooler. But yeah, Meow. We got Meow. Bottom right is the red Zerg. So, ZVZ. From what I understand, ZVZ is a big coin flip, but what mirror matchup isn't? Both players are probably going to opt to do the same build at the same time, especially at this level. Meta is just everything. And we're actually seeing, is this going to be a hatch? It's got to be a hatch first with those minerals. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we got a hatch first from Silky and ZVZ. Those are some major cojones right there, because Meow is getting a spawning pool first. Into it looks like a hatchery, but we're probably gonna see some fast Zerglings here. We do see a gas now. Then we're gonna see some gas there. We'll see some metabolic boost. We'll probably definitely be researching. We actually, oh my god, Silky went gas after hatchery. That is, again, the cojones on this guy. Let's see if it ends up working out, because if it does, you know, Silky will get a slight economic lead over their opponent. We'll see what ends up happening, because I have to imagine we'll see some lings. We see an overlord. Once we see 100 gas, both players will go for metabolic boost. Most likely. I've never really seen a game where metabolic boost does not get researched in StarCraft 2. It's like not getting gateway as Protoss warp gate research. It just doesn't make sense. So, yep, looks like metabolic boost is going down for Silky. And Meow, just now getting it. Meow is going actually for the economy game as well, but Silky did get the hatchery first. There are some links to defend, and actually we have a Baneling nest. Will we see some early aggression? Most likely we will. And Silky not taking guys off gas. Neither is Meowka, so things have changed. My goodness, I just sound like an old man. I remember when you just pulled off the extractor all the time. But I guess that is not the case anymore. And we actually have a third base going to for Meowka. What is going on? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Wow. Yeah, we got a third base going down. We have some links from Silky that are going to head down under. And we have some links from Meow as well. But no aggression from both players. Both just chilling, sitting, getting their economy up and running. But Silky actually doing the opposite of what I was expecting, which is instead of drones, going for links and 2 Banelings, which are being morphed near. Honestly, these are like proxy Banelings here. See how much damage they could do. Silky looks like moving out, and actually Meowka expects this, canceling that third base, and some more Banelings being morphed in. The lings are moving out. We have some lings. Some of the Banelings do get focused down. Let's see what the Baneling micro is for Silky. If they get a major hit on these lings, that could be just GG for Meowka. Spine Crawler going down does get canceled. Baneling's not looking for a connection here. And wow, Silky just taking care of it. But we do have Roaches on the field, which will soak up a ton of damage, but it doesn't matter. The Banelings are just going to go straight for the drones. Tons of drones did get focused down. I'm not sure how many. Is it units killed? Units killed. Units killed. We got 5 of those workers do go down. More lings being on the field, but Meow doing an excellent defense with these roaches, soaking up a ton of damage, still having some drones. And those roaches actually do negate some of those banelings just due to the soaking potential. And unfortunately, ooh, the roaches are pushing out, but smartly pulling back. Nice job, Meow. I'm rooting for you, Meow. This is cool to see. Silky being the bad guy with the baneling push. I'm just kidding. This is cool. Silky doing some cool stuff too. I want to make it fair. Just a huge Zergling count. Not really a lot of roaches, but this ramp being used to block and soak up a bunch of damage. Roaches again, just taking it like the champ. Some lings being pulled away. And notice this, that Meow is putting in 2 lings, taking out 2 other ones, but there's still banelings on the field. Baneling do get focused down. There's only 1 left. Can't do much damage. And Meow is holding on and smartly morphing the roach into a Ravager. That is sick, because when you transform into Cocoon, it provides a lot of armor. And once this is done, full health. Look at that. That is sick to see. Oh my goodness. This is a crazy DVZ to watch, actually. And again, both players on 2 base, but the saturation game does go to Silky, so their economy is looking good. Meow is going, it looks like, opting for some kind of a Ling counteroffensive to try to balance the scales of the economy game. Let's see how much damage they could do. Looks like we did get 1 worker killed. And Meow opting to go for scouting information of Silky. Silky does have a roach warren as well. Once Silky gets those roaches, it'll be an even fight. Meow really focusing on getting full saturation. Probably at this point, I think it would be smart to get down a spine crawler, some static defense. We'll see if that ends up happening, or if even that's the right move. Meow going for some kind of counteroffensive, large roach unit count here. No third base going down for Silky, but I have to imagine that Silky will be able to do it. Some lings moving into the base. Let's see how much damage they could do. Smartly pulling away. Every unit lost from Meow is going to be massive at this point of the game due to his position in the game, his, her, other, whatever. Getting some nice saturation. Here's the large roach count, but a nice concave for Meow. Meow does have corrosive bile. So does Silky. Let's see if it goes down. 2 do go down. Some excellent micro from Meow. Kind of stopping this offensive. No upgrades at all, because we don't see any evolution chamber. Corrosive bile does connect. 1 last larva inject. But again, Meow doing an excellent job of microing another morph into a Ravager as well. We have 3 Ravagers. We have 10 Zerglings being pumped out for Meow. We have a ton of roaches being pumped out for Silky. The longer that Meow holds this, the better position that they get into. Again, no third bases from either of these opponents. It's just neck and neck, brutal, freaking uppercut attacks. Overlord does go down, actually supply blocking Silky. Nice corrosive bile. That was cool to see. Yeah, let's see. No tech paths going down. Just straight up units. Just straight up fights. Overlords do go down. Looks like there was an engagement here. We have a third base for Silky. If Silky gets that down, they will be in an economic lead. And Meow is actually chilling with these lings here. Their Overlord looks like almost got focused down, but was moved by Meow smartly. Is Silky a reference to Teen Titans, by the way? The little Starfire's pet. That was Beast Boy's pet initially. That would be funny if that was the original intent of the name. Or it's just Silky because Silky's smooth. Who freaking knows? Like his micro is Silky smooth and macro. That was a bad joke. All right. There's a reason why bad joke rhymes with dad joke, okay? All right. Let's see if this third base goes down. We have some lings over here. Third base is plopped down for Silky. Let's see how much that does. We have armor being researched for Silky right now. So armor advantage or upgrade advantage is going to go to Silky. No third base. It looks like Meow opted to pool all of his resources into getting units. Not sure. We'll see. I mean, at this point, it really is an all-in. Corrosive Biles going down. No real connections, but we have some nice connections on those Banelings here, actually killing them all. Baneling does get focused down. Nice concave position from Silky. That upgrade isn't complete yet. We have some Corrosive Biles, no connections. Pretty dang close, though. And Meow's all in. It's not looking too great. No connections. Yeah, Silky actually just straight up wins because of that, I think. Because they have a third base. They have an upgrade advantage. Meow is pulling back. Still more lings being produced. And I don't know if all in was the right play versus the opponent here. But we have a nice full surround actually with these lings. Corrosive Biles are being plopped down, but nice micro, and GG goes down to Malka. So yeah, just that all in really that was risky. That was quite risky, honestly. But here we are. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. All right, let's see what the next game is. We have Protoss versus Terran. Very nice. Protoss versus Terran, bro. This will be fun to see. All right. Pretty annoying to have to log in each time. That's what I like about Brood War. You don't have to do this weird BS. It's oh dang. Okay. Well, it wasn't next on the list, but it is a PvT. It is gonna be nice versus our boy Oliveira, which will be on Crimson Court. I'm gonna go to the bathroom right quick. BRB. Shouldn't take too long. Okay. Let's load it up. This is again from the ESL Games 2. It's going to be on Crimson Court. Man, I'm looking at a lot of new maps today. That's how long I've been onto the game for, but... Nice versus Oliveira. Crimson Court. The map looks kind of cool. Looks like a deserty kind of map. So... let's get into it. We have Nice as the blue Protoss on the top right of the map. Whoa. Crimson Court. Bottom left. I'm actually getting a smoother rate of playing. It feels smoother considering that we didn't have to load out of this game into an older replay. But Oliveira, our boy Oliveira, as the red Charon on the bottom left of the map. And from what I understand, we'll probably see a Reaper expand. Reaper expand, it just seems to be so natural, as the French say, as compared to the old days. I remember when, back in my day, Bunker Rush was the standard. No. Wow, okay, cool. And we actually see an early probe here. We may see some proxy. Yes, we do. Okay. From what I'm guessing, this is going to be a proxy Stargate for sure. Considering the gas here. We don't see double gas that we saw a while back, which is where we had 2 in each gas for Legacy of the Void. But we do see what Whoa, okay, gateway. Okay, we may see applies, but you have to have a warp gate by a pylon in order to get maximum time of warp in for units at a proxy pylon. Because back in the day, you could just plop a pylon down and it'll warp in the same speed no matter what. But in this game, you have to be next to a gateway or a nexus. The pylon has to be within range of that in order to get full speed on that. It was to negate some early what is it, some early foregating that was a problem for a while or something like that. But it doesn't really matter because the loophole is just as easy, which is plopping this gateway down, smartly getting a stalker as well, and actually chrono boosting the stalker to come out, which is interesting because this Reaper is going to come out. It is already out and is actually going to focus down the Zealot, who's pretty freaking helpless. So it looks like Nice is probably going to have to divert this stalker to deal with this Reaper that did get focused down actually quite a bit. So Nice doing some nice micro to deal with this Reaper. And Zealot is just in a pretty poor position. Stalker is out in the field. Focus fire on the Marine, but this SCV can focus down on the bunker, barely finishing, but does finish because, you know, the boys had to be pulled here. And this bunker is going to serve as some excellent defense versus this offensive, keeping the stalker alive. We have an adept on the field, phase shifting out of it, or whatever it's called, psionic transferring out of there. But it does, oh my god, 2 HP. Okay, it does get killed by the Reaper. And actually, the Reaper just doing some cleanup crew on aisle 69 for those units there. I'm sorry, I'm not very appropriate. Stalker going up the field and is just out of range of this bunker. And unfortunately, that bunker is pretty much the last line of defense. I have some Marines on the field, some repairs on the supply depot. If Protoss gets through this bunker, it is not Daijobu. We have a Cyclone that serves as excellent defense. Phase shift goes down, and Oliveira instinctually lifting up that supply depot to deny that psionic transfer from the Adept. Just an insane game right now. Adept does get focused down. We have some warp gates being warp gate is complete now, so we will see those warp gates be plopped down in right now. Interesting. Okay, there we go. All right, there's Reaper. And yeah, it looks like we do have some blink being researched as well. So we are going to see some Stalker offensive. Again, one base for the Protoss. So if Terran holds even longer, they already have an economic lead right now with this natural expansion. But Protoss is going for a straight up one base all in. And I don't blame him because I hate fighting Terran too. Good on you, Protoss. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Sort of. Anyways, we have a Reaper that is going to the main base. And actually, 3 more gateways going down. So this is actually a 5-gate, technically. 5-gate, one base all in with Blink. And actually, there are some cancels going down. Will Nice opt go for a... What? Templar, guys. Dude, this guy's crazy. And actually not Blink, going for charge, but has a lot of stalkers. What the heck? That doesn't make sense. Dude, Nice is crazy. What is this? This is insane. I love it. I love the variation. This is cool. Oliveira's in a nice position, has the Cyclone, has the bunker, has the siege tank that will thwart this attack, and these stalkers do not have Blink. So, faking out the opponent. We have a robotics bay. What the heck? We do have a natural expansion going down for Nice. And Nice is just staying right outside. Looks like opting to eventually go for a third base. He was hovering over that base to check it out. Or he's just trying to play with his fingers while he waits for stuff like this. Is researching Psystorm. We'll probably see some High Templar out in the field. And honestly, oh, we see a Warp Prism too. Okay, so is this... Oh my god, dude. High Templar drop, bro? This is... Wow. This is wild, bro. Oh my gosh. See how much damage that could do. Psystorm drops is pretty... That's pretty poggers, not gonna lie. We have gas being plopped down as well, which will be, yep, fully saturated as well. Nice is a highly aggressive Protoss, which is cool to see. Warp Prism being plopped on the field. notice there's only one High Templar. And I have to imagine with charge, that Nice is going to warp in some zealots with this offensive. And we actually do have a High Templar on the field. Psystorm is almost complete. Gonna have to chill a little bit here. We have one more High Templar. Let's see how much energy that they do have. I don't think those first two have enough energy for the drop. Is there a medevac drop over here? No. So I think High Templar still generate energy in the Warp Prism, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. Definitely should look that up afterwards. But Terran is allowing his Protoss opponent to kind of build up and recover after that one base all in, which I don't really blame him, but at the same time, maybe do some drops or something to try to punish that. But no, Oliveira is just chilling. Again, the classic Marine being used as a way to kind of detect some Warp Prisms here. Something was focused down. I think it was some Stalkers. Marine does see this. Warp Prism is out of position, forcing some Psystorms having to be plopped down. Warp Prism is still alive, and this proxy gate is getting cleaned up. We have some Zealots on the field, and it looks like, yeah, Nice is going to opt for a third base here. And we have some gold minerals over here, which could be taken, which will be nice to see. Kind of fun to watch. And there we go. We do see some medevacs being pushed to the right, but at the same time, we have a Nice on the left with some High Templars. Let's see how much damage they can do with these Psystorms. A huge Psystorms. My goodness. 5, 7, 9, 10 freaking SCVs being plopped down. This Psystorm drop is freaking cool. All right. But at the same time, let's see how much damage Oliveira could do. He does have a counterattack, and there's no way to really defend this Nexus. So most likely we are going to see a forced cancel here. But the route is open for probes. That does force a cancel. There it goes. And at the same time, Oliveira pushing out for a move out with this main force. The Observer does see this, and I don't think Nice has enough to defend this. This is a large Terran force. It's going to come down to these Psystorms for sure. Do we see any drop at this time? Nope, looks like the Warp Prism is right here. Psystorm does go down on this cluster of Marines, but we have a robotics facility going down. And we have a shield battery, which will be nice in this offensive. And Oliveira smartly baiting out those storms. And I don't think Nice really has no energy for storms anymore. Definitely gonna need to do Archons. Okay, there are some storms with the Warp Prism ones. Warp Prism High Templar, Nice storms connecting on the large bio ball we have, and there's GG from Nice. So unfortunately, Terran just chilled, got an economic lead, and got a big death ball and pushed. That's fun. If you could tell by my face. No, I'm just kidding. That was the right move, honestly. But freaking Nice, man. Doing some fun strategies with that one base all in PvP. And we're saving the best for last with my favorite matchup, Protoss versus Zerg. Those are very fun to watch. But Protoss versus Protoss, we have Jaishi versus our boy Nice on Crimson Court. Let's go. Same map, different peeps. Well, other peep. I already love Nice. I think he's a fun guy to watch. Let's do it. We got Jaishi. Okay. On the top right of the map is the red Protoss. Here we go. And then the bottom left, we have our boy Nice here, dude, as the blue Protoss. Let's see if he does any wacky, fun play styles. He's actually walling off. Actually, both players walling off. I think that is to thwart the Adept Psionic transfer, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see if that ends up being the case here. We'll see what ends up happening. We have a gateway going down. Actually, yeah, we do. Interesting wall off. Not the pylon gateway pylon, but the pylon gateway here. Same here for Jaishi. Maybe going to opt to get a gateway here or a gateway here with the pylon here to leave that crack open. I'm not sure. We'll see. Do have gas being double gas actually plopped down for nice. So what? Both players actually doing double gas. Is that the meta for PvP? It looks like it. So yeah, we have the pylon gateway with this little thing here, and we actually have pylon gateway with this. So we'll probably see a pylon right here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's analyze more of the map. Doesn't look like there are too many variations. Looks like a pretty standard map. We have the rocks here. We have the only thing that's unique is the gold minerals. Unique to me anyways. I don't know if this has been a standard for a long time, but Jaishi being Jieshi being a little annoying with their probe there. Countering Nice's aggression with more aggression. Cybernetics core is almost done for both players. Things are looking not too crazy right now. And actually does kill that probe. Nice is not messing around. Actually, nice job, Nice, because he is getting a Stargate right after that. Probe did get destroyed. And actually getting a pylon down here on the low ground. Both players actually ending up doing that, which is cool to see. So, nothing too crazy. We will see some Oracle aggression from Nice. Both players, I think they're postulating for getting a Nexus pretty soon. 2 Stalkers on the field. We see a Stargate for Jaishi as well. We have 2 Adepts coming out. 2 Adepts are actually already on the field, Psionic, transferring towards their opponent. So, Stalker versus Adept, I think Stalker wins for sure. But Nice can outmaneuver. I don't think they're going to be able to get this. Yes, they will. Okay. Only 1 Adept is able to get out of there. Nothing to defend this. We have a shield battery, and we have another Stalker going down, but Nice definitely has aggression. We have 2 Adepts, and we have a mass recall to try to deal with this Adept. 2 probes do go down. Possibly 3? 3 do go down, because Adepts do have that bonus damage versus light. Yeah, versus light, which probes are considered light, I believe. Yes, they are. So Adepts are great at killing probes, dude. We have some more Adepts from Nice being pushed into the field. Again, Wolof isn't really going down. We have an Oracle that is already on the field. At the same time, Nice's Oracle is already in your freaking base, dude. Tons of damage going down. 5 more probes being plopped down for Nice. And a Phoenix is actually on the field to try to negate this Oracle from Jieshi. We'll see how much damage that Jieshi could do despite this Phoenix that is going to immediately negate nothing at this point, forcing a pullback. Actually, it looks like Jieshi's going to just try to do as much damage with this Oracle, but the shield battery smartly being positioned. Literally no damage from that Oracle. That was sad to watch. I'm sorry. I would feel really bad if I were Jieshi. I know that sounds like a douche thing to say, and it is, and I'm sorry. But, you know, more damage going down from Nice, but again, there's a shield battery for Jieshi there to try to stop it. We have a Dark Shrine going down. We have some Dark Templar. No real detection besides the Oracle from Nice, and it doesn't have enough energy for Revelation. But we do have a shield battery on the natural as well. Both players relatively even in saturation at their expansions. Both players going for Dark Shrine too. Both players going for Blink, dude. Gosh dang it. It's just a straight up mirror matchup for sure. Both players expecting each other. Both expecting, you know, things. Phoenix getting a nice shield top off there. And we have a little proxy pylon here from Nice. We'll see if Gateway ends up being plopped down. I'm sure it will. And we'll see a huge offensive Forge going down for Jieshi. So this is cool. This is a cool variation to see because you need to find your advantage in a mirror matchup to kind of break the cycle of you both doing the same thing, it seems. So we'll see what ends up happening in terms of which upgrade will be plopped down first. Probably armor. No, damage, right? Yeah, we'll see. We have first Dark Templar going down for nice right now, and we do have +1 weapon. So advantage for Jieshi will definitely go to Jieshi because of the simple upgrade advantage there. That makes sense. We have 2 cannons going down. Dark Templar is on the field. Nice is there. No detection. Hold position on the Stalker. And there is the photon cannon forcing a pull from the boys from Jieshi. Photon cannon will negate these Dark Templar, and not much damage was done. But at the same time, Jieshi has Dark Templars of their own, and these ones have scythes, which are cool to see. No detection besides the Oracle. Probe does get focused down. We got a couple kills so far. And again, we have another Dark Templar from Jieshi in the potential 4th base of nice. But at the same time, we did get 1 kill with the Dark Templar from nice here. And as predicted, there is a gateway here at the proxy base. Jesse searching for other bases for their opponent. It'll be fun to watch. Yeah, we don't see much. I mean, we do see an Oracle being plopped down. We have some charge. We have a forge, Nice's forge of his own. And interestingly enough, not getting this second gas at the natural expansion, I guess, doesn't really need it. 3rd base going down for Jieshi at this time. But Nice already has their base up. Revelation does go down. That Dark Templar does get cleaned up. Interestingly enough, both players, okay, they did just get their robotics facilities, and they get warp prisms. But again, the upgrade advantage is going to go to Jieshi right now, just due to starting first. But eventually, both players will get even. We have Nice here. The warp prism is up. Will we see Dark Templar or Zealots being plopped down? Jieshi sees this proxy pylon, and it will get focused down. Full saturation on the 3rd base. Again, not opting for too much gas. We have some pylons being plopped down. I love how we're listening to the Terran music in a PvP. Warp Prism is down here on the south side of the map. Dark Templar being lifted up. Phoenix is on patrol, which I think Jieshi did see. We have a move out from Nice. These stalkers do have blink. Let's see how much damage they could do. We'll probably see some blink. But at the same time, we have 4 Dark Templars in the base, but there is a photon cannon to try to defend this photon cannon. Dark Templar are just going to go straight for the photon cannons, and there is no detection for these Dark Templar. Nice is actually just going to pull back, which is, I think, a smart move. 7. Oh my gosh, 7 killed probes. There was a Dark Templar in the natural expansion, a blink from Nice, a retreating blink, and an offensive blink from Jieshi to try to chase him down. But the Dark Templar doing a crap ton of damage. 9 kills, 10 kills. I didn't know a structure. Today I learned that a structure counts as a kill. So, mass recall for this Warp Prism that's actually hella sick to try to get those Dark Templar out of there. There's some Archons being morphed at this time. Both players not opting to go for any, whatchamacallit, other robotics facility stuff. It looks like it's just some actually just straight up Dark Templar Stalker combo. Someone's playing as a Zeratul in the co-op. My goodness. See how much damage they could do. We do have some Archons from Nice, which will be great damage versus this large ball since they're so clumped. Jieshi does have 1 Phoenix as well, which could potentially focus down the Warp Prism, but a huge concave for Nice. Great blink micro. Great blink micro. Shield battery is gonna definitely make this defense a little easier. just because of how good it is. One Archon did go down. We have an Immortal actually on the field, which will turn the tide. An offensive blink from Nice. Some nice blinked micro from GSU to try to stop this. And the shield battery isn't in range for these units. But you have to remember that GSU does have an upgrade advantage. But this Dark Templar is making short work. It's actually the same 10 kill Dark Templar from earlier. The boss, man. Nice actually has a 4th base up. Jeshi is going for their 4th base right now. Right now it's looking quite neck and neck. We'll see what happens. +2 is almost complete for Nice, so both players will have an even upgrade count or amount. I don't know. Something like that. Good micro here. Both players are not really going for... I guess Colossi is out of style now. Colossi and the Void Spirit thing or whatever it's called. But you have a huge engagement at the 4th base. If Jeshi loses this 4th base, which it looks like he's going to have to cancel here, maybe even lose the game right here because he simply just has Stalkers. And Nice actually has some tech units. He has some Archons and Immortals, which will just absolutely demolish these Stalkers. But there is a shield battery here. But Nice is going to play patient, pull back a little bit. Some Zealots are on the field, and these Zealots do have charge. And Nice is not skipping a beat. He is going straight for the 3rd base, but his units are kind of split right now. Half of the units are going for the national space. Other half are going to go for the left here. See how much damage it does. Okay, he is going to rendezvous his units here. Some nice Warp Prism micro from Nice, and that's going to be GG from Jaishi. Just came down to just unadulterated macro there. And that leaves us with one more game, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Scion versus Silky, our boy Silky from earlier. Haven't commentated Scion before. So let's do it. All right. One more game. I forgot what map it was. Sorry. Oceanborn. Perfect. There you go. Perfect. 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 All right. So, on the bottom right of our final game, it is the Red Protoss, Cyan, who is ironically in the color red. So, anyways, top left map, Silky Blueser, cool stuff, interesting, okay, I am okay, ready, go, 3, 2, 1, nice, man, cool. So, PvZ, what is the meta? I don't know, actually. This is the exciting thing about commentating StarCraft 2 again, is that I am just not in the loop. So it's cool to see these new styles, especially the coolest one of the day to me was the Planetary Fortress being the coolest one was the High Templar drop for sure, but the second coolest, Planetary Fortresses being used as static defense on the outlier bases of Terran. That is sick to see for sure. We have a hatch first from Silky. I like it. And we actually have a wall off down the ramp from Scion, and interestingly enough, actually, no, it's not really interesting because of the second path. We're going to see a wall off on this choke rather than just this choke to secure 2 bases. It would be really sick to see a game where Protoss does a complete wall off here and just does 2 Nexus too early in XI. Of course, if any good Zerg player, if they saw that, would be like, okay, I have free reign to do 6 bases now. Because Protoss has to chill. They have to wall off, and they have to sit there if they did that stupid strategy that I just came up with. Because, you guessed it, I'm stupid too. Anyways, natural expansion is going down for Sun, Wink Gateway, Nexus, Cybernetics Core, Cyberpunk Core. And I have to imagine. I think it'd be cool if Protoss did the same thing in Brood War, which is some Stargate play. But we'll see if that ends up being the case. Metabolic boost being researched for Silky. A nice drone. I hear a freaking siren, dude. Sorry. Protoss will go for Warp Gate. Sorry, that was pretty distracting. I apologize. There are no Xel'Nagas. Yeah, no Xel'Nagas on this map, but there are some places to put your Overlords, which is right here. And where else? You could put it here. Looks like this Overlord is going to go sneak by to the Protoss base. We do have a Stargate. Cool. We do have a Stargate going down for Protoss. That'll be fun to see. I think it would just make sense to go Oracle, right? But I mean, back in the day. Oh, we actually have a pylon denial from Scion and doing some, man, so much is happening. Scion is going for a little bit of an offensive with the Adept. Psionic Transfer did get canceled. This, okay, we have another Psionic Transfer, so this Adept we would get out, hold positioning on the mineral patch, not killing anything, but able to get out and just causing general annoyance for Silky. But what are we talking about? Back in the day, when we didn't have, back in my day, we didn't have Oracles. There was a Phoenix opener that was pretty fun to watch, actually, versus Zerg, because of how just annoying it was, because of Zerg's inability to really deal with anti-air. That is probably one of their biggest flaws early to mid game, I would say, until they get corruptors and stuff. And even then, it's just tough. Guess they do have Hydralis, but yeah, it's tough just because of that disadvantage. Oracle is coming out on the field, thwarted by some queens. It's pretty funny that I just said Zerg doesn't really have anti-air to deal with. This was back in the day, okay? We didn't have queens back then. We totally had queens back then. We had spores too. I'm being stupid. I don't know why, okay? It's just in my nature. I'm a scorpion. But it is still tough to thwart some anti-air from Protoss, I think, as Zerg. Some Adept Psionic Transfers being canceled. Oracle is still on the field. We'll see what Protoss ends up teching into, as well as Zerg going for that layer. Zerg's in a good position to do so. Could probably grab a fourth. I have to imagine at some point pretty soon. Oracles are focusing down some Zerglings. I think some units. We have 10 units did get killed. Actually, 2 units got killed for the Protoss there. 2 drones died as well. Oracle being pulled back to base, and a 4th base is being blocked down. As predicted before, we have a Forge and a Twilight Council being more warped in, so Protoss is going to go straight for some upgrades, which means Silky should probably get some Evolution Chambers right now to get even with their opponent, but obviously it's not as simple as that. We'll see what they end up doing. 2 Oracles on the field. This is scary. There is a Spore Crawler on the field. That is going to probably, yeah, it actually takes out 1 Oracle. That is pretty huge. Only killing 3 drones with 2 of them. So not a great trade, but it is what it is, dog. We have 3 more gateways being plopped down. We have +1 and charge going down. So I think Protoss is going to go for Zealot Archon, perhaps. That is my prediction. See if it ends up becoming true. Creep spread is looking pretty good for Silky right now. And this 4th base is going down as well. And we actually see some Roach tech coming out. So Zergling Roach. Interesting. Probably see some Ravagers on the field. We see a little bit of a move out from our Protoss, but it looks like he's just going to try to clean up some creep. No, he's going even further. We have some Adepts, Psionic shifting, Psionic transferring into natural base, canceling right before to just get some information. We actually have some Templar Archives, so we will see some Psionic Storms most likely. We have some Glial Reconstitution. I think, yeah, that's the movement speed of roaches. That's always fun to watch. And we actually have a robotics facility being complete now. Will we see some robotics bay? We do see a Warp Prism. Will we see some Colossi, though? Do see an Archon already, which is interesting. A little bit of a move out from Silky with some Zerglings. Doesn't really do much damage. Does get some scouting information. And we see a 4th base going down for Scion as well. A little bit of a... Okay, some links did actually slip through. Got some key information, I believe. 2 drones do actually go down. And the Zerglings do get finally cleaned up there, which is cool. And at this point, I have to think that Silky will go... It doesn't actually see this base right now, so isn't incentivized to get another base. And this 4th base isn't even fully saturated, so whatever War Prism is filled with 2 Archons, we are going to see an Archon drop. That is going to be fun to watch, I believe. Look how presumptuous I sound. My goodness. Hi, baby kitty. How's it going? Okay, bye-bye. Cats are so funny. They're like, they come up to you like, pet me, and then they just pull away as soon as you try to pet him. Maybe he's just a shy kitty. Oh, he's a good baby. Hi. All right, 10 roaches are coming out on the field. Quite a large... oh, we actually have Swarm Hosts. Interesting. Let's see how much damage they could do. Swarm Hosts are pretty scary now that they could fly now, or have been able to for a while. And we'll see what ends up happening. Again, you could do a drinking game. I actually didn't see that Archon drop since this is the last game. I'm going back, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry. So we're going to go back a little bit and watch that. I'm sorry. A little bit of engagement on the front here. We'll see how much damage this Archon drop does end up doing. It's an unconventional casting channel, okay? Archons do go down. Unfortunately, they don't go down. I'm just kidding. I lied to you. I cheated you. Robotics facility is actually going down too, so we'll probably see some Colossi. What's that other unit called? We have Immortals. Disruptor. That's right. Disruptor. Those are fun. A little bit of a Ling run by over here. A little Ling drive by. Nice place. Swarmos a little bit out of position. One will get focused. Oh my gosh, not even close. 9 HP. But this Oracle is going to make short work of it. I would have done the same thing, man. He's not getting away scot-free. Archon's on the field, clearing up some creep, denying the advancement of Silky. Silky did proc the stasis mine there. And a little bit of a roach run by, going straight for this photon cannon. Isn't really going to do much damage, forcing Silky to pull back a little bit. A pretty large roach unit composition ball here, but at the same time, Scion going for a little bit of a zealot run by drive by Swarm Host. That is really sick, actually, using the Swarm Host to... Wow, they're going to focus down the Temple Archives. That's actually pretty big, but the thing about these units is that they're free, and they will keep coming. So Swarmos, that's pretty sick to watch, actually. These little pus balls, you know? Right, Tiggy? Right, baby kitty? 5th base going down for... 5th base? Yeah, 5th base going down for Silky over on this side of the map. And there are some zealots that are in the War Prism going to try to do some harass. And Silky doing a nice job of trying to outmaneuver the Protoss here. 3 photon cannons with 2 shield batteries. There's no way that that's going to be breached, honestly. 1 Colossus is on the field. Extended Thermal Lance is about to be researched. Those Colossi are essentially naked without those. We have some zealots on the field as well, trying to thwart those swarm hosts, which are smartly being used on the right side of the map. But at the same time, we have the zealots doing a run by, a little bit of a drive-by on the 5th base, forcing a cancel. War Prism full of zealots as well. And they're going to be used to go straight for the 3rd base, but lots of spine crawlers to try to negate this. No spore crawlers, mind you. War Prism is going to ignore that because they're like, wow, that's a lot of spine crawlers. Queen in a nice position to try to throw this at the same time. Protoss going for the left side of the base, left side of the map. No cancel on that, by the way. So Silky wasn't able to get those units back because he's probably focused trying to micro this area. Does thwart the Zealot offensive. We have 3 Colossi on the field, but Swarm Host being repositioned to try to take out these Colossi. Smartly mass recalling a majority of the Colossi here, but this Colossus doing a cool maneuver here. And this Colossus being alive is actually pretty huge, honestly. We have some roaches and ravagers on the left side of the map to try to get some more map control, but Colossi here are cleaning them up. At the same time, we have some swarm hosts being plopping down some locusts on the right side of the map. This roach ball getting cleaned up. At the same time, we have some zealots doing a drive-by in the national expansion. So many attacks going on at once. I can't even keep up. We have a large amount of zealots being dropped. Oh my goodness. Going straight for this base. Looks like Scion is going to go straight for... Okay, going to go straight for the lurk. Interesting. Okay. I would have probably went for the hive, honestly, but maybe not enough time to take him down. And we do have lurkers on the field now, too. At the same time, Protoss's main force going straight up the center. Lurkers in a nice position with the concave and the linear splash. They do get cleaned up a little bit. Revelation does go down on them, but a nice position for the Zerg here to try to defend. At the same time, we have, again, Swarmos on the right side of the map. Huge Zealot warp in at this base, forcing a pull-off of the drones. At the same time, Protoss going straight for that concave. We have some more lurkers being morphed in, but these units are simply too strong. But at the same time, we have the Locust coming in from the backside. You know, a nice position, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm not appropriate, but we got some Locusts going down, sandwiching on and cleaning up the Protoss ball. Actually insane. This War Prism is still alive. Zealots are still alive, doing some damage. War Prism being dropped down. These Immortals are a breath away from dying. And Zerg doing an excellent job of holding. And Protoss's forces are all dead. This is it pretty much, I believe. Not for the game, but in terms of units, that is it. That's all that Protoss has. And upgrades are still going up for Zerg. And we do have Hive Tech, so we'll see what Zerg ends up transitioning into. We have that 5th base being reestablished. But at the same time, Protoss is getting their 5th base established as well. It's looking pretty even at this point. We will certainly see. And we actually have a mothership on the field. Notice that this mothership does not cloak anything under like Arbiters. Or like motherships did in Wings of Liberty and whatnot. But they do have Time Warp, Cloaking Field, and they have Mass Recall as well. So that is cool to see. And Protoss actually has shield upgrades. All right, we have a move out from Silky. Lurkers are planted down. We have a Time Warp that does slow down the units a little bit, but as soon as Zerg repositions, actually not going to turn around and fight. They're going to do a complete pull. At the meantime, we have Dark Templar, 2 Dark Templars taking care of the auxiliary bases of Protoss, and the Lurkers are having to be forced to go down. They do have the high ground. Anakin, do not go up there. Don't try it. Yeah, that would be a bad day. You might lose your legs and stuff. Star Wars. Look, Dark Templar die. Okay, a Zealot's moving on to the left side of the map. Dang, I'm losing steam. That's okay. Zealot's going to try to focus as much of the drones as possible. This is a very tough position for Zerg to have to deal with. Definitely keeping Zerg on their toes, but Protoss is definitely buying themselves lots of time in order to get this base. And even a 6th base, my goodness, going for a 6th base, that is insane to watch. 15 drones did die just now. That is interesting to see. We have some High Templars on the field. We have some Lurkers being revealed right now. We have some roaches on the right side of the map, and Protoss doing an excellent job of staying patient, not overly committing, really slowly whittling down their opponent. Death by 1,000 cuts. Famous Confucius saying. Let's see what are the upgrades here. We have 3 ranged for Zerg. No armor, mind you. Upgrades. Protoss has 1 armor, 3 damage, and interestingly enough, going for shield over armor at this time. And we have a huge concave. We got some Psy Storms, Time Warps. Zerg doing a nice job of trying to secure this, but looks like, okay, you have to activate the cloaking field for the mothership. I was wrong earlier, my bad. But the Protoss forces do get cleaned up. Zerg is still alive, but 12 drones did die. And more Protoss forces are moving in as well. This is not looking good, and that is GG from Silky. A valiant effort, doing an excellent job of trying to thwart, the Protoss offenses, but unfortunately, it was just death by 1,000 cuts for sure. Just slowly whittling away. Protoss playing very patient. Silky doing a nice job there. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, others, I want to thank you for watching this 5th episode of Nipaa's Castations, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.